All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the show this evening. I am your host, Murda, and tonight we have a Division B West matchup between Team Showboat and Divine 9. This is number 1 up against number 4, and I need to take a quick second to swap around some of the teams here in the lobby. I was running a little late myself, unfortunately. Gotta figure out what team these guys are on. Jason should be, I think, on this side, yeah. And I think he's got this guy on this team too. Let's see. We are all the guys with the numbers. I don't know what that means. What numbers? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna say, help me out here, guys. So, let's take a look at these, the coin flip, what happened during the coin flip event. So, Divine 9, they won the coin toss. They decided to ban away Dragon Shire. Team Showboat banned away Tomb of the Spider Queen. First pick here is going to be Volskaya Foundry, and we're going to close out the night on Towers of Doom. My water is gurgling. That's funny. Jaden for Popsicle. Okay. And they need first pick. Yeah. Okay. I think we good. We good now? So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I was running a little bit behind. I'm actually dealing with a cold right now. It's a cough, so if you hear me coughing, I apologize far ahead of time because I'm expecting it might happen here. But looks like Jason's ready, so Divine 9 checking in. It's got to wait to hear from Yonners and Team Showboat to see if they're ready to go. I think. Are we good? And he says nothing. Okay. Team Showboat ready? So thank you everyone for stopping in this evening. Pleasure to have you with us here. Linehouse says party cam is the best cam. Peace. Yeah, I like the party cam. I don't have a co-caster tonight, so it's like I need to get a little extra something going, right? Yonners is ready to go, ladies and germs. Welcome to Volskaya Industries. Alright, so Volskaya Foundry, obviously this is becoming more and more popular in at least the NGS meta. You see some pro teams starting to pick up this map and play it often as well, but I mean, just looking back at my notes, how often I've casted Volskaya Foundry, this is now 4 out of my past 5 matches. Is that right? Yeah, 4 out of my past 5 have had Volskaya Foundry in them. It's either getting... Oh, and then a few of the other ones here, they've been banned away, was Volskaya. So, yeah, it's been a ton of it recently. And I'm not surprised to see Divine 9 pick this map up. It's a very team fight heavy map. If they think that they're going to win those team fights, this is a kind of cool spot to do it, because you're going to be fighting over those control points. You're going to clash with the other team without a doubt. So we'll see who can win those team fights this evening. And Garrosh, one of the best initiators in the game, especially in the early game, banned away quickly by Team Showboat, and then Diablo banned away by Divine 9. So neither of the top tanks are available in this one. Team Showboat on the clock with their first pick. I'd expect to see one of the power assassins picked up first, Maiev being available. I know they play Junkrat a lot, and they are killer with him. The other hero that they love to play... I had this article up that Zadolf had written. But they're really good on their Junkrat and their Hanzo. I think those are the two. So I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them here. Maybe they want the Hanzo early. But of course, heroes like Genji still on the board that I think deals pretty well with both Hanzo and Junkrat, so it might be a bit early for them. 7 seconds left, and this is where it is coming down to business, and it's gonna be Mr. Varian. Turn some background music on for you guys. You deserve it. Varian, the #1 selection here on map #1, Volskaya Foundry. We're gonna have most likely a taunt coming down from him. I don't know who Dav is. Bebeb? Dav, you lurking. No, I don't see Dav in my viewer list unless he is not logged in. Unless if it's O'Daver, because there's a guy in here named O'Daver. Yep, that's him. Look, he says you know it. How do I know? Jaina and Sonya. So this is Jayzon's Jaina. Might as well change that to Jayna because Jayzon has been playing this hero non-stop this season. Pairing it with Sonya for the solo lane, you love to see it. Very strong hero there for the solo, and provides a lot in team fights. Can get onto the back line. One of the few heroes I think that can do well up against Varian in the solo lane if they throw Varian there. He at level 7 though, and I don't know if a lot of people have tried this yet, but Varian can actually bully Sonya out of lane at level 7. It's pretty ridiculous. So give those a try if you haven't at home yet and you want to play against a Sonya. Nerd Command Central, HOTS on the big screen, Twitch chat on the phone. Oh yeah, baby. Hanzo is the pick, just as we expected. There it is, Mr. Hanzo and Tyrael, which I would... I wonder how they're going to do this. They're going to put the Varian up against the Sonya, or do they want to put the Tyrael there? I'd honestly imagine they want the Varian to do it. But they might want Varian with the 4-man once he gets his taunt to help lock down some heroes like Jaina. Stuff like that. Cassia banned away. I don't know why, but they're going to do it. Maybe some more auto attackers coming down from Divine 9 on the way, and they don't want to have to deal with the Cassia countering it. We will see. Still, neither team has picked up their support. So, possible support ban here, although Team Showboat would be choking themselves out as well. I could probably assume Divine 9 wants to take their support here with their 3/4s. 20 seconds on the clock for Team Showboat. Down to 5. Team Showboat really utilizing the clock here in this draft, and it's going to be Maiev banned away. I'm fine with this. I think if you watch some of the highlights that Jayzon put out recently, when they get the Warden's Cage synced up with Jaina, it is quite nasty. The Ring of Frost and the Warden's Cage comboing together. It's just really good. Although a Tyrael is available on the side of Team Showboat, they didn't want to play against that Warden's Cage. Well, we have a moment here. I do want to talk about what you see at the bottom of your screen. It is a bit goal for the Season 5 Regen Invitational. It's an event I hosted before Season 4 where we had 16 NGS teams from all divisions participate for $100 worth of Blizzard gift cards. So I'm trying to host that event again this season, looking to see if we can crowdfund it. We're currently sitting at 82.75% thanks to all of you guys and your generosity throughout the season. All of the teams you see casted on my channel will be invited, including these two here this evening. So if you're a fan of Team Showboat, or if you're a fan of Divine 9, consider throwing some bits at the chat, because all of the bits will go towards the prize pool. That's a Kerrigan, and that's an ETC. Okay, so they're looking to wombo combo. Kerrigan is going to set it up. ETC got that power slide. Possible mosh pit scenario here. Pretty strong up against Tyrael. Tyrael doesn't have a great interrupt for a mosh pit. Varian has his taunt. And we have a Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo, but we'll see what ETC can do. Of course, it could be a stage dive. I think it could be suited on this map. Excuse me. Certain scenarios, it does work out to have the stage dive. They want to split ETC in the later portion of the game. Picks 4 and 5 for Team Showboat. And they obviously need to get their support. Divine 9 still not showing what their support is, which is very surprising to me. Tychus is going to be their last assassin. And the support's going to be a Lily. Okay, so this is really interesting. They want the blinds for Kerrigan, I guess? I don't know. I'm... Lily, really? Okay, it's Lily. Not the support I would have taken. You still have Stukov available, which can really shut down a Kerrigan jumping in, totally negate her. You would have had another interrupt for the ETC mosh pit, but Lily is picked, and I don't know, is this a comfort pick for these guys? Like, it just seems kind of bizarre. Looking at both sides of the draft, I know that Team Showboat, they are top of Division B West, 7 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, but Divine 9 also 0 losses on the season. But they only have 4 wins and 4 draws, so they're behind by 6 points in the standings. However, these are 2 really good teams here tonight, and if I'm looking solely at heroes picked and not considering who's playing the heroes, I do like the draft on the side of Divine 9 a bit better. I think they're locked down, especially after getting the Uther at the end. I think it's going to really work out for Divine 9. Now, let's hop into this game. It is Volskaya Foundry, and on the left-hand side, we do have your Division B West leaders. It's Kyrios on the Hanzo, Axel Foley going to play Varian Yanners, the captain, on that Suns Out, Guns Out Tychus. Lampico going to play Lily, and up in the solo lane, from what it looks like, is going to be Blue Popsicle. On the right-hand side, we have Divine 9, Judge Bredd going to play the Uther, Rabid Penguin on ETC. Kerrigan going to be played by Phantoms. Jadum is playing the solo lane Sonya. And the captain, as always, on the Dread Lord Jaina, it's Jason. So Tyrael actually did rotate down to the bottom. We see Sonya there as well. Neither team looking to fight, and actually Divine 9 setting up a very sneaky position here in the top. It's not going to do much, as we do see all 4 members of Team Showboat here in the mid. And while we have a moment, let's look at these level 1 towns. We got Dash from Tychus, of course. Redemption. Judgment for all, or Justice for all, rather, for Tyrael. Fingers of Frost. War Paint. Silver Touch, okay, and we do have Block from Kerrigan, so a lot of pretty standard talents, nothing too crazy. Lily's looking at Eager Adventurer. Nothing too out of the ordinary, at least here at level 1. Rotations so far look like they're slightly in the favor of Divine 9. They gotta work down this mid wave with an Uther and a Kerrigan, but they should be fine. Jason gonna rotate in, throw a couple Qs at it. Actually gonna use a Blizzard, which a little overkill there, Jason. It's okay. Jadum doing just fine up against Tyrael, who's already at half mana. I'm gonna take a couple tower shots there, not too much. Uther here at mid up against 4 members of Team Showboat. And the camps are started for Divine 9. They're working on this fortification camp. They're gonna pick up their first turret of the game. ETC still soaking top as Team Showboat continues their mid-top rotations. So turret is grabbed, and the XP as well. You remember here on Volskaya Foundry, any camp you take does give a considerable amount of experience. So getting those early does help you get towards level 4 early. The combo from Kerrigan not going to stun the Hanzo, but in trouble is Varian, who is yet to get his taunt, and he's gonna fall. First blood and level 4 talents now picked up for Divine 9. Let's take a look at these. It's actually ETC picking up the first kill. We do have Frost Shards from Jaina. Peeking around at the bottom while we have a moment as well. Sonya's still doing a really great job here up against Tyrael. connecting on a spear there, doing a bit more damage. Another camp coming out for Divine 9. They're going to time this well with control point A spawning. And Tychus had trouble here on this turret. Had to back out, wait for Varian to step in. Now he has to use a Hearth. And they're going to clear out. Look at Divine 9. Great rotation here towards this camp, the siege camp that was coming against them in the top lane. And then finally getting theirs at the final moment. So they're going to be able to clear this. The Blizzard's being dropped by Jaina. Going to completely neutralize that push. And then they're going to make the rotation. They might even try to look for level 7. They're a little bit ahead of Team Showboat to this point in the game. But, oh, Sonya's in trouble. Look at this gank coming. Tychus here. He's got minigun. There's a taunt. And with the taunt, that's more than enough damage from Tychus to secure that kill. Lily picking it up. So now Divine 9, without their Sonya and experience, has just about evened up. We do see Divine 9 picking up a wave there, but yeah, it's just about even, especially after this wave here goes down. So a good kill there and a good find by Team Showboat. Let me grab some water, guys. I am sick, so I'm trying to keep up with myself. I hate to keep reminding you guys of that, but if you're hearing pauses tonight, that is what it is. But here we go. Back at it. Hanzo poking at the ETC. Kerrigan trying to clear up this wave. And again, they're still trying to find their level 7. They are not going to be able to get it off of this wave. So they're going to have to make a move because now it's 70% captured for Team Showboat. Sonya looking to get in there, but Hanzo doing such a great job of poking them back. ETC can hit the power slide. And here comes a combo from Kerrigan. Not going to connect off. Is on to the Kerrigan. And Sonya is the one doing the damage here, spinning and whirlwinding onto the back line. It has now reached an overtime situation. We'll see what happens here. Power slide connecting on to Tyrael, but ETC is very low. Has to use his face melt, but they get a kill on Tyrael. And I don't think a counter's coming out. Jason still has a little bit of health. That turret's doing a great job. They get a stun onto Varian now. Axel Foley could go down, especially after that power slide. Kerrigan looking for it. They find the kill. The turret's still doing damage. Lily able to scoot away with her eager adventurer level 1 talent. She's behind the wall. So low here though, and it's just an Uther healer. They have to figure out how they're going to get some health back. And it's going to be Kerrigan Hearthing. Jadam on the Sonya very low. Probably doesn't have a tap available. And actually it looks like he does. So he's going to use it now. There he is, back in it. So this is 99 to 53, very close, and Phantom's back from his Hearth. This is another 5v5, no turrets for either team this time. We'll see who can win the Raw team fight. 3-1 so far in kills. Here's your level 7 talents if you want to see them while this fight goes on. Taunt connecting onto Kerrigan, a Blizzard on top of Blue Popsicle, and once again Tyrael the first to fall in the fight, but this time they get a counter onto Uther, but he has all the heals and all the shielding coming out on his team in this fight, and Lily, the one that could be falling, and it is finished by Kerrigan. Phantom's doing a great job there, connecting onto the healer from Team Showboat, and first Triglav Protector will be going over to Divine 9. What a comeback. They fought off an overtime situation and they grab it, and what great micro here by this Triglav already. You see the laser connecting onto the entire wall and both towers. So they're going to get this wall down and likely rotate towards the top. And here they go, Kerrigan and Sonya inside that Triglav. ETC going to remain around mid. Uther going to join up top of the Triglav. And actually here comes ETC as well. Again, really great micro onto these walls. They get it down so quickly. Triglav still sitting at half health. And now they can start working on this well. Quite possibly because the next capture point will be up here in the top. There's the laser. Going to take some shielding off the well. But it's just so much damage coming out from Hanzo. Kyrios doing a great job with that redemption build that's fully stacked up right now. He's in a full auto attack build right now. So you'll have to see that. Triglav looking to get what he can here at the end, but I think that's about all it's going to get. Level 10s are online for Divine 9 after picking up all of those towers. And we'll see what Sonya wants to do. Is it going to be Wrath or is it Leap? But we do see Ring of Frost, Divine Shield, Maelstrom, and Mosh Pit from ETC. And with this level 10 advantage, they're playing it aggressive. They're onto the enemy turret camp. They're going to get this with ease. ETC is ready to slide on anyone coming in. And I'm surprised to see that Team Showboat, they're not even soaking lanes. They're just kind of hanging out there. The only one up top is Tyrael and he's not going to be able to do nearly enough to get onto that. But here comes rotation onto him. Phantoms is here. Is Eldruin's available? There it is. And Kerrigan was patient, waited it out, lands a combo onto Tyrael. There's a follow-up stun and the power slide. Blue Popsicle, see ya later. What disciplined play there by Divine 9, comboing their CC perfectly to make sure Tyrael cannot move or get away from that flanking gank on him there. So well played. They used their level 10s to their advantage, but now level 10s are picked up for Team Shobo. And let's take a look. It's Odin, Dragon's Arrow, Shield Wall, of course that's taunt, Sanctification, and Jugs. So very standard on both sides of the battlefield in terms of heroics. This is starting to turn into a Divine 9 advantage, as they are going to have 2 turrets. They're working on another one here. Both siege camps are going to be clashing up at the top, but you do see Team Showboat here working on this support camp, as Divine 9 is looking to find Blue Popsicle again. There's Kerrigan connecting. The Blizzard's also on top. Blue Popsicle. This is now going to be your 4th death of the game. 8 minutes and 30 seconds in. And ladies and gentlemen, my catchphrase, you hate to see it. Tyrael cannot stay on his feet, but in this moment, we do see Team Showboat up top. They're going to be working on a wall, as down here on the bottom, Divine 9 working on a fort. In the short term, this actually might favor Team Showboat, but in the long term, especially once it gets to capture point C, it's going to favor Divine 9. As you do see Divine 9 still playing this aggressively. They're moving onto a keep wall. They get one of the towers down, and they're about to get the other tower. This is a keep wall down at bot lane. This is tremendous. And up top, they didn't even get that fort down. It's going to have to rely on those siege. What great play there by Divine 9, now picking up their level 7 talents. Outstanding presence of mind to take that play there. As they saw their opponents trying to push down that top fort, they found an avenue and they took full advantage of it. There is a biotic emitter on Lily, but there are 2 turrets currently being held by Divine 9, and we have control point B about to spawn. Level 13 is online for Divine 9. In fact, they're almost level 14. This is just about a 2-level lead. They are just demolishing in the experience column. And in fact, we can even take a look at that experience column if I can figure out. Yep, here it is. So look at Sonya, 7,000. We have Jaina sitting at 6,500. Just so much XP coming out from Divine 9, and there it is, that well sniped out by Sonya. Smart pickup there. So no taps available for either team in this top lane. Both have their wells at mid, and if a fight's going to happen, it's going to be soon, but I'd imagine Team Showboat wants to find their level 13s first. If you are Divine 9, you have to watch out for this taunt from Varian. You do not want to get caught out, and he's hunting for it. Axel Foley looking to see what he can find. ETC playing up front, potentially trying to find a mosh pit of his own, a play to make for his team. But everyone's here. It is a leap from Sonya if it's going to come out. That's what she chose at level 10. We never did talk about that. But Jadam waiting to find a target. And where will it be? Currently, it's an overtime situation in favor of Divine 9. And here it comes, the engagement. They're not even level 13 yet. If I'm Divine 9, I'm taking the fight before they get there. Why are you going to tiptoe around this, Divine 9? You got to take it before it gets too bad. The taunt was used. Jason was the target. Here comes the Ring of Frost, going to connect onto 2. Sonya's on the back line, zoning out Hanzo. Hanzo's not here, but he does have a Dragon's Arrow, but the kill's going to come out quickly on the Variant. He's the first to fall, as these turrets are still in hand. They're not being dropped yet. Will they drop them? Kerrigan still has one, and there it is. It's picked up. The Triglav is captured, and falling once again is Tyrael. Dead for the 5th time. There's a D-shield on Kerrigan. She's looking to get some damage with her Maelstrom. A power slide connecting onto Tychus, and Kerrigan, look at that. 3 kills on your screen from Phantoms right now. Kerrigan is absolutely lighting it up today, and in total, 6 kills for Kerrigan. What a showing from him, and here they go, Divine 9 with a 5v3 advantage. Tyrael about to spawn, but this Triglav is on to this top keep wall. It's already gotten 1 tower down. Axel Foley and the Varian trying to find what he can, but these lasers are doing a ton of damage to all the minions. And Where do I have music playing from? This is interesting. Someone played music on my stream? Okay. But what is going on here? Why is there music? We can't have music mid-game. Sorry, I need to turn that off. But yeah, so this top keep is going down. And it was Nima making the music suggestion? Okay. Good choice, though. Maybe I'll play it during the break. How about that? Little trade. We'll play it during the draft or something. Keep down for Divine 9. Way to go. And remember, they already worked all the way back through the keep wall at bot. As we see them now grabbing a support camp, the biotic emitter will be in their control. They can push their level 16 talent advantage onto the enemy camp. I'm surprised they haven't done that to this point. And is this it here? Yeah, they're going to start moving on to the siege camp. They're going to find it. Materials here. He's scouting it. Jumping forward, leaping forward is Sonya. She's connecting onto the Lily. What a great pullback by Kerrigan, but they're not going to find the rest of the damage, but they do find that siege camp. A great pickup there by Divine 9. Hanzo grabbed the turret on the bottom side during all that mess. Kyrios going to hearth back, but I mean, this game is so far in control of Divine 9 that I don't know how, especially considering they don't have this well at bottom and Divine 9 has them. Team Showboat, you got a lot of work to do here, as now we see Divine 9 sniping away mid for it, and I don't think there's much that Team Showboat can do to stop this one. They're even going to get the well here, so now no wells on the front line of the structures for Team Showboat. Capture point C will be next on the bottom side. We do see Jaina, that's Jason picking up a siege camp. Sonya is going to actually push out this wave just a little bit further. They want to help those turrets along. Jada, I'm not trying to be too far ahead, but just doing a little bit of damage. And here, once again, we do see Divine 9 waiting as long as they can to capture that siege camp. They know there's nothing on the map. They don't have to get greedy, sharking around for stuff. We do see Sonya trying to scout a bit. Tyrael throwing out some cheeky holy ground, but Sonya's got a spear over the wall. Let's look at these 16 talents we haven't looked at yet. Numbing Blast, so that's going to be the root from Jaina. Nerves of Steel, Benediction, Essence for Essence, and Imposing Presence from ETC. Both teams, yeah, they're just kind of waiting for capture point C, and more importantly for Team Showboat is they're waiting for level 16, which they are very close to accomplishing. Once again, I think Divine 9 playing a bit passive with their talent tier advantage, not fully utilizing it. Here we do see Sonya trying to soak as much as she can, but these 16s are just about online, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a fight. But Kerrigan finding a combo, not actually connecting. The Holy Ground splitting her out, though. What a great job by Tyrael. The taunt connecting from Varian. There's a cleanse, and here's the Maelstrom with a D-Storm, but a great Sanctification going to neutralize it. Phantoms actually the first to fall here, so a fight in this game that Divine 9 didn't win, and the Mosh Pit connecting onto only one. It was only Tychus, but without Kerrigan there, it wasn't nearly enough damage. So Team Showboat able to back up, winning a fight. They even baited out the biotic emitter there, dropped by Divine 9 in 30 seconds until Kerrigan respawns, and you can credit that one to the Sanctification played by Blue Popsicle. So I gave him a little bit of crap for dying so much in the game, 5 already, but that Sanctification potentially saved 5 deaths on his team. Rabbit Penguin really far out, has to use his power slide back to safety there. Taunt is on to the Sonya. As these level 16 talents are coming in, Titan Grenade, we do have Banner of Ironforge, Burning Halo, Blessings of Yulan, and Hanzo is yet to choose his, but Divine 9, they have to be patient, they have to wait for Kerrigan to respawn. They're going to go get another biotic emitter, as they know that someone from Team Showboat has to respond to this top lane, because there's turrets, siege, and there's catapults here. Someone has to respond to it. And now Divine 9 has 2 turrets, and a biotic emitter, and they're marching their way down to capture point C. And here, yeah, your blue team, Team Showboat, backing up. They sent Hanzo to get the clear, and Divine 9 making their way onto control point C. That was the proper play. Very patient from Divine 9. Just wait out the Kerrigan. It was unfortunate she died in the first place, but you weren't really... You were never in a situation that you had to force yourself onto this control point. A little bit of greed here as they are working on this turret. We'll see if they can get it in time and get back to their ETC. Looks like they will be able to. And Team Showboat waiting behind their wall to see if anyone comes out. It's likely going to be Varian. Here he comes, looking for Uther. Finds Uther with the taunt. There's, oh, what a great combination onto him. Uther falls before level 20, so he's not going to have his redemption. You hate to see it. Uther falling in that situation could be detrimental to Divine 9 in this game. That was such a great pickoff. Smart play, hiding behind their mini sidewall there at their bottom fort, or what was left of it. And very unfortunate, and I'm sure they're kicking themselves after that one, Divine 9 is. Kerrigan splitting off, gonna look to possibly pick up the siege camp here. Phantoms splitting out as the rest of the members from Divine 9 await the first Triglav protector of the game from Team Showboat. And here it comes down the bottom lane. This wall's already pretty much done. There goes the second turret. And Hanzo is now split. Doesn't know where Kerrigan is, but has to deal with these catapults. Kerrigan's going to look to find a kill onto this Hanzo. And I want to see what's going on down here as well. There's the combo coming out onto Hanzo. Connects and a kill. Phantoms flexing, finding a snazzy little kill there on Hanzo. And that might be enough to send this Triglav Protector back home, as now Uther has respawned. They do get a fort out of it, but Kerrigan is pushing with a siege camp and a catapult on this bottom lane. And there's Lily, there's Varian. They had to respond. So Triglav out on an island, Tyrael and Tychus, as we just got a host from Mr. Bahamut. Thank you so much. And welcome. This is a Division B West matchup between Team Showboat, the Division B West leaders, and the fourth place team, Divine 9. Neither team has lost in 0-2 on the season. Divine 9 has, I believe, 4 ties, and Team Showboat has 1. But these are two powerhouse teams, and we're seeing Divine 9, the lower seed, absolutely dominating this game so far. They have level 20s, and they got the first keep down after control point B and that Triglav they had. Currently they're sitting with 3 turrets to only 1 biotic emitter held by Varian. And we'll see. Divine 9 might be playing a bit patient again. They had that kill on Hanzo. Of course, they didn't want to have to deal with that Triglav, who has now expired. So they kept a lot of structures, which is good for them. Next one will be capture point A here at mid. They still have a well and a wall, which is enormous for them. And here they go, working on a biotic emitter. And now 4 items will be in control of Divine 9. This one's picked up by Judge Bread. They have level 20s. Their opponents don't. So Rabbit Penguin looks like he's trying to find something. He's playing up front on that ETC, has his mosh pit available. All the ultimates for both teams are available. Level 20s are so close, and I want you guys to see what talents come in very quickly before any sort of fight happens. But it looks like Team Showboat playing it smart, backing off any sort of fight here, as they finally have their level 20s. Play the game. We have Big Red Button, Holy Arena, Mist Weaver, and Varian is looking at a demoralizing Shout. Looks like 5 items will be in control of Divine 9 as they are working on grabbing their 4th turret. This will be a ton of damage on the next control point. All they have to do is wait it out, drop these turrets effectively, and win the video game. For those of you joining, I am dealing with a bit of a cold and a cough, so if you hear a break in me talking, I'm likely drinking water, like right now. And if you hear the coughs, that's what it is. Thank you for the follow, Bithorns, coming through with the follow. Both teams now looking to pick up their siege camps. Team Showboat definitely needs to get back into this game. They likely want to snipe out that top fort just to get a little bit extra lane presence there in the top, because they're so far pushed back right now. Divine 9 just being patient. They know they have item advantage right now, and they want to take the fight on control point A. If they find someone out, stuck out on an island, they'll go for it. But this is a smart team. Team Showboat, they're the top of the division for a reason. You can see it here. They're trying their best to stick as 5 here in the late game. Don't want to get walking into a bush and jumped upon, as I think they just signaled, yeah, and they're showing in top lane, and here goes Divine 9. They're looking to snipe out this bottom keep. I think they're going to go for it. And Hearths are coming out. Yep, here are the Hearths, and they baited them back. Divine 9, I think, saw it. And they're just going to set up on control point A. They know if they win a trig off at this point in the game, that's all they need. 4, count them, 4 turrets in control of Divine 9. Item control is just a biotic emitter and a turret for Team Showboat. And ETC's all alone. He cannot get caught here. He's going to back up smartly. Rabbit Penguin backing up there. And there they go. Divine 9 prepping that top lane as they know someone's going to have to respond to it eventually. Of course, Hanzo does have play of the game at this point with his level 20. So he could be the one to go back and be back in a flash with that talent. But this is the fight of the game. This is what you guys are waiting to see. Who's going to win this battle here at control point A? Currently, it is Divine 9 with the 1 level lead and all of the item control, but they are not set up inside this control point. They're waiting for some sort of avenue, and actually looks like they want to get another biotic emitter. They're going to sacrifice a turret for it. So instead of having the 4 turrets, they're going to go with 3 turrets and 2 biotic emitters, and there you go. You see the top lane being cleared. Smart play there by Team Showboat. Would love to see someone drop a turret inside control point A right now so no one has to waste it. Instead, they use 2. Ah, man. A bit of misplay here, I think, from Divine 9. Wasting 2 turrets on that fortification camp just to pick up 1 that you're going to drop here in the fight. Totally not worth it, but here they are. Turrets are dropped. Biotic emitters dropped as well. And that's going to be a 4-man mosh pit with the Ring of Frost. Mr. Jason connecting huge for Divine 9. That's a triple kill, and they're looking for more as the Divine Shield is on Kerrigan, landing the combo onto Tychus. Make it 4. That's a quad kill. And here you go. Your 4th place team in Division B West taking it up against this 1st place team, Team Showboat. Divine 9 marching to core here in map number 1, and there ain't nothing they can do with just a Hanzo on board. We'll see if he even bothers coming out, but Curios, he's content sitting in his Hall of Storms, and game number 1 going over to Divine 9. Alright, so here's your match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series, and I gotta give MVP by far to Kerrigan. Played by Phantoms in that game, was outstanding. The combos, just like the pickoffs, the pressure, the everything. This is a very scary hero when played correctly, and if you want to see how to do that, go back and rewatch this game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry. Divine 9 taking it in convincing fashion over Team Showboat. Here's your talent screen if you want to pause this on the VOD and take a look. But for now, we are going to be taking a short break and then heading over to map number 2, which was chosen by Team Showboat, and it's going to be Towers of Doom. So sit tight, hang tight. We'll be right back for some more of this match, and looking forward to see if one of these teams is going to take a loss on the season or if we're going to see a draw here. But we'll see you shortly, and thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. And as promised, I was going to play that song that got requested, because why not? I like it. And here it goes, requested by Nemo1. But Towers of Doom is the map. Teams are ready to go. I need to get my co-caster Denkstrom in here. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Welcome.
Yeah, hey, how's it going tonight? Sorry I missed out on game one, but saw my old team playing. Thought you guys need a co-caster. Happy to
Yeah. Alright, so there we got you in, setting you the referee. And I'm going to start the game. This team's ready to go.
Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up.
Alright, so Towers of Doom. Denkstrom, tell me what you like to see here on this map.
I like to see brawly teams actually just a little less focus on the macro, more just controlling the lanes, getting the team working that bot lane, keep structural advantage and snowballing it.
Yeah, absolutely. That bottom lane's so strong on this map. And if it's anything like game number 1, Divine 9 was doing such a good job of controlling the map. They had all the turrets at the end of that game, and they were able to push down so smartly some structures too, which really set them up to win the game. I do want to say thank you in chat. It's a regen guy. It's -40. Finally hitting the follow button on my channel. Zadhots and Bithorns as well hitting the follow button this evening. Thank you so much. And I do see Mr. Recyclic in chat. We about to get bougie in here, baby. Welcome. Diablo banned away. Denkstrom, tell me about this pick here. What are your thoughts on Diablo? We saw it banned in game 1 as well.
So I'm assuming they're looking to play a little bit more of a divey team comp in that case. Yeah, I was gonna say Divine 9 likes to run lots of Kerrigan. I don't know if they ran that last comp or not, but the Diablo definitely can punish those, and especially in those type chokes. So I think they just want to focus on make sure their single target isn't focused down and blown up. That's
definitely a respect ban, because Phantoms in game number 1 just wrecked their face holes with Kerrigan. So absolutely a respect ban. You don't see Kerrigan getting banned in any other manner, unless if they know they don't want to face it like that again. But first pick now.
Last time I talked to Divine 9, they said there's something like 9-0 with Kerrigan like a week or two ago.
Absolutely disgusting. That was some of the best Kerrigan play I've seen all season. Sonya, the first pick here for Divine 9. So they want to have that solo lane control, and that's your hero to do it with.
Yeah, so what sort of team do you like to favor more of the macro play or more of the brawly style for these two teams?
I mean, these teams have been brawling so far, but at the same time, like, it was a lot of patience from Divine 9 in game number 1 that helped set it up for them. They got all the camps, and it gave them an early level lead. They had level 4 lead first, they had level 7 lead first, 10, 13, 16, 20, all the way up. They had the lead in levels. So I'd expect Divine 9 to try to do the same here with the Pumpkin Sappers at the minimum.
Yeah, what do you think about Abathur on this map?
Abathur, interesting. Do they play Abathur? I mean, if they can play it, I think he has a place. Short lanes. I guess if they want to play something like a Genji. Other heroes that go well, like I don't even know, like what hero do they want the clone target to be?
I don't know, but I was just asking what you thought about him on the map in general. But I think Sonya is kind of okay with that
yes,
hat on her too. So.
She's disgusting with the hat on. You're right. I definitely like having a hat if I'm playing Sonya. So many ways they could go here. Stukov picked up with Junkrat for Team Showboat. So a new healer. We haven't seen Stukov tonight. We saw Uther and what was the other support? Who was dead so often, couldn't even tell you.
Malfuria?
Was it?
Deckard.
It was no, it wasn't Deckard. Who the heck was the other support? I can't even think of it. Crazy.
The map goes by so fast, but the ETC lead being picked up for, I believe this is Divine 9 on the right-hand side, is that right?
Yes, that's correct, and that is Jason's other hero of choice Li Ming.
Yeah, and that's kind of a brutal setup into ETC as well. I mean, there's just a power slide. Anybody that's out of position into a full leaving combo. There's some nasty follow-up, whether you get a Grey Mane, a Genji, anything else with some good burst follow-up. You can kill a lot of people out of that. So that's a lot of kill pressure, in my opinion. So you got good zone control, you got good kill pressure, good sustain burst. I think Divine 9 is a pretty solid front half. I just a little bit worried at times about that ETC and keeping him alive.
Right. ETC played in the last game, didn't quite ever land a super solid mosh pit. He had one at the end, but it kind of got negated quickly, didn't hold for too long, but it was just enough time for Jason and his Ring of Frost to get the kills that won them the game. So I'll give some credit to ETC, played it well. Excuse me, dealing with the cold.
No worries here. So, to complement this, Stukov and Junkrat, I was actually kind of surprised to see Showboat ban out Maiev, because Maiev Stukov is a pretty common combination. Get a tether right into a silence, Junkrat Riptire follow up for the massive damage inside there. So a little bit surprised by that. What do you expect to see?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I don't know why they would want to ban away a hero that fits so nicely with their first two choices. They do need a tank. Garrosh was banned early by them in game number 1, so I think they have a prioritization on it. I would expect to see them take it here. It would help them early game, and although I do think ETC is a decent counter to Garrosh, with just his face melt able to knock back and disrupt that combo, but Malthael and Nubarak. Okay. Not what I expected.
Anubarak, yeah, I mean, Anubarak used to be considered kind of a soft counter Li Ming just because of Beetles being able to absorb some skill shots and natural spell armor. But now Li Ming has that, can go Disintegrate. You don't need any sort of interrupt for ETC because you crafted it yourself. She can just burn any Cocoon down fairly quickly. Surprised to see the Nubarak over the Johanna. Might be a comfort thing, or they're looking for something else. I just see there's lots of sustain. You got Junkrat, Malthael, sustain, just that slow pressure damage. What's the burst that Showboat's going to come out with the end?
Yeah, and I'm assuming Malthael to counter Sonya. And with Sonya moving her battle rage to level 7 recently, it kind of changes the matchup a little bit. I think it tilts it closer in the favor of Malthael once again. Whereas before that change, I think Sonya really had it once she had level 4. Genji Uther, so this is a Divine Dragon Blade, and Uther playing so well in game number 1 paired with Kerrigan. This time I'd imagine it's Phantoms on the Genji instead, and we'll see what kind of backline action he can get here.
Yeah, especially getting right onto the face of that Stukov and Junkrat. I expect some mines to try to knock him away, but you got 3 really good Divine Shield targets on here as well. Genji, ETC, and Sonya, whichever one you need to get in there. Whoever gets in danger, you got to save them, and you have a lot of other threats on your team. I like the Uther pickup, even if it's into Malthael and Junkrat. So you just got to make sure to end those thfights quick. Be aggressive. You may even see like the Sonya leap to pair with like a Genji X-Stride or Dragon Blade, something else to help initiate that if they need to.
Host connection detected. Routing hollow feed now.
I want to say thank you to Snag for the big fat host. 16 NGS viewers heading over here for game number 2 between Team Showboat and Divine 9. Final pick there was Cassia, as chosen by Team Showboat, and these drafts are done. If you missed game number 1, it was Divine 9 taking it on Volskaya Foundry over the division leaders, Team Showboat, so a little bit of an upset there. But here, map number 2 is going to be Towers of Doom, and we're seeing an Uther once again for Divine 9, and as my co-caster Dankstrom just told you, plenty of options for that Divine Shield. Will it be the Divine Dragon Blade? Will it be a Divine Leap from Sonya? Or will it be the Divine Bovine with ETC?
I want to see some Divine Bovine action, frankly. I think those are always fun. So which draft do you like here in this team? You know, the aggressive in quick composition from Divine Nine, or the stretch it out, kind of wear them down, outlast Uther comp from Showboat?
I think I like the comp from Divine Nine. I definitely like what they did in game number 1. I think the Genji is going to be too much for this backline of Team Showboat. And speaking of Team Showboat, let me introduce them. We have Yonners playing Cassia, Axel Foley on Anubarak. Kyrios is going to play Junkrat this time. Lampico on Stukov. And once again, the solo lane, this time playing Malthael, it is Blue Popsicle.
3.
And we have Rabid Penguin and ETC Jason on that Li Ming. Judge Brett supporting on the Uther. Jaildem on Sonya, and Phantoms on that Genji, just as you predicted.
And that is Divine Nine over there in the red. Let's take a look at these level 1 talents. It's not Charge Strikes, it's Thunderstroke from Cassia. Yeah, put some English on it. And on a Pale Horse. We do see block from Sonya. And a Swift Strike build being started by Genji Power Hungries to play from Jason and his Li Ming.
Yeah, you actually don't see any aggressive fights from either team. I don't know if that's a leftover from their last match, but they all of them kind of congregated to the bot. You know, Genji's getting a nice soak on bottom that Showboat's not going to be able to take advantage of. Or in mid.
Yeah, and I like that Genji's getting all this soak, and Divine Nine's getting an early level lead off of this. No one from Team Showboat is making the rotation. They just want to work down this bottom lane, but I mean, already early experience lead. Level 2's picked up for Divine Nine, and they're going to keep getting more as more and more minions are being wasted away. What a great concussion mine power slide back to safety there by ETC. Stukov trying to get the silence out in time, but didn't find it. Genji might find a kill here as Anubrak's very low. Gets some shielding from her W. Phantom still looking for it with some shuriken. Not going to be able to finish it off. 300 health back and all the way to the well. Yeah, go ahead.
And Showboat's finally able to get their composition. What they want to do is they just want a heavy pressure 4-man bot and let this Malthael split so. But I think this Genji is going to interfere with this. Sonya just putting a lot of pressure on top. And they have an all right. Like, Divine Nine's going to slowly lose this spot in lane. If Showboat needs to get more of this wave clears out from Malthael, but I think Divine Nine's going to have an advantage here, really. Yeah,
and we'll see if it's really this Junkrat. If Junkrat can throw more of those concussion mines and get it pick here, as they do have a 4v3 if it works out for them. Here's the concussion mine played, and ETC's in a really awkward spot. It can be tough for him to get back behind his wall, and he's playing it safe, and actually does get baited out onto the Uther. Scouted his Genji in that bush. Phantom's back to his mid lane.
Yeah, and Showboat, I think Divine Nine's doing all right. They're trying to keep down there. Showboat wants to look towards their Mercs, and actually they're finally doing that right now. If they want to get this advantage, I think in the next minute or so, they want to be getting this front wall down. They can let some shots go early, but get this fourth and start rotating around and really getting pressure out.
I think Sonya's doing pretty well up top. Malthael, about 1/3 mana left. Divine Nine actually able to pick up their camp slightly before Team Showboat. 7 seconds till the altar spawn, and Sonya is going to be capping the top, and it's going to be a battle out here on the bottom. Malthael grabbing the top as well, so let's keep eyes here on this bottom side, and there's no way they're getting onto this Junkrat. That is picked up. Kyrios got it under control. I think something we should note is the poke that Junkrat provides, I think is a lot better than what they have from their Li Ming and their Genji on the side of Divine Nine. I really like them, just the grenades that can come out from Junkrat with that distance.
Yeah, and just the wave clear that Showboat has between the Junkrat and Stukov. I mean, they get displacement. They have lots of safety on this bottom. You know, the Cassia gets a little poke in here, but it's primarily the Junkrat working here. You know, if Showboat ever feels like they're getting behind her, they're threatened by this Genji soak in mid, which they're relatively keeping even. They can always rotate that Cassia up, and that Cassia is never going to do bad against that Genji. She's just going to move while he auto attacks her, so.
And here comes that rotation to mid, but Genji smartly moving up to the top, and it looks like he might take a peek at this siege camp along with Sonya. Yes, they will. We want to get some more sappers. These are going to be on the top lane. Bottom side looks like a flank might be set up here, but Rabid Penguin and Judge Bread going to dodge a lot of skill shots there.
And you see Divine Nine recognizing that wave clear, Judge Bread is going in the Holy Fire on Uther. I think that's frankly just directed their wave clear, knowing that they have a little bit less of that with the Li Ming and Genji on their side.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Let me put up these talents on the screen. Haven't shown them in a bit. Ooh, as we do see a great burrow into ETC. The silence not quite on point as Rabid Penguin is able to use his power slide back to safety. Axel Foley staying up front with his Beetles and a few minions, but now he's going to back away towards his team as we have Alter set number 2. This one's just a single here on the bottom side. And we have another host. This one's 7 viewers from my fellow Charlestonian Akuma. Thank you so much, my friend. Welcome, NGS viewers. This is Division B West. Team Showboat, your division leaders, up against Divine 9. Great power slide there by ETC, but no damage. Able to follow up. Falling very low is Junkrat, though. Genji looking to finish this off. Can he find it? No, not going to be able to secure that kill on the Junkrat. And Kyrios going to come back in with some grenades. Going to play it aggressive, finding a Q and possibly a bio kill switch from Stukov. Uses a tap instead there. But this is a battle here. No one able to make a move yet. Burrow whipping by Axel Foley, but connects with his Q onto 4 members. Phantom's very low. Genji trying to find some damage on the backside as Sonya spinning on top of a noob rack, and they're not finding anything quite yet. There's bio kill switch. So all the members are very healthy for Team Showboat, and first blood of the game coming almost 6 minutes in is Jason falling. Li Ming is down and Alter is picked up. Dangstrom, what'd you see in that fight?
I see Showboat just delaying that out as long as they can, wearing that Uther down, getting those cooldowns, getting his mana, and just making sure they're staying alive. You know, they keep zoning out, but they keep getting the interrupts. They're wear Divine 9 down.
Very smart engagement here. They're likely to steal this back away, and Blue Popsicle might fall as well as he's staying in deep on that mouthfeel with really no sort of escape available. So the first kill picked up for Divine 9. They have what looks like a level lead because of their XP soak they've been getting throughout the game. Here they go, working on an enemy siege camp as they know Malthiel's dead. They have numbers on the field right now. Jadam close enough that he can be here if he needs to be here. But there it is. Sappers stolen away by Divine 9.
Yeah, this is going to be level 10 for Divine 9. I want to see them try to use this advantage and just take this bottom fort, get some kills off. They're pressuring Yanners up here right now, and Axel Foley has to burrow in for a peel.
X-Strike is picked.
Impressive.
Yeah, X-Strike is picked up by Genji, so probably not the Divine Shield target in most situations. Still waiting for a few more. There's Mosh Pit. Sonya still holding. Li Ming still holding.
Rise again.
I mean, I'd imagine it's got to be Disintegrate because the Nubrak is 100% going Cocoon. I don't see what else the Nubrak's going to go in this matchup.
Oh, this'll be good.
Yeah, and right here, Showboat's not going to have level 10 in time for the start of this fight or this next
Zoning Mosh Pit, there it is. Connecting on the 2, they're going to get a kill and a reset for Jason. Axel Foley might be the next to fall, and there he goes. Double kill for Divine 9 just as the altar spawns, so that's going to be an easy pickup for him, and they might be able to get some siege onto this bottom side. Yeah, it looks like they're going to stay here with Sonya in Wrath form right now. Jason, considerable damage on Li Ming as well for structures.
Yeah, and they're having to play a little bit around this concussion mine over here, but Jailden is going to go in and try to put some damage down on this fort while they don't have a little bit of minion wave left.
Rabid Penguin falling low. Here is a Riptire from Junkrat. Might be able to connect onto all 3 members here, and it does. Hits all 3 of them. There's a blind coming out from Cassia. So game number 1. I didn't mention this before, but we did see Cassia get banned away by Divine 9. Ooh, as Genji gets picked off there by Malthiel. Looks like must have been the last rites. But they are going to get the counter kill.
Yeah, Genji did dodge the last rights with a nice X strike, so both of those ults are down, but Malthiel just cleaned the kill up anyways.
Oh, okay. So back to my point, I was talking about this Cassie. It was banned away in map number 1, and it must have been a scouting thing because Cassia picked up here. I don't really see where the synergy's coming in, unless if they just really like the hero.
It just must be something Yanners might be confident and good at, just kind of like Phantom is on that Kerrigan is what I gotta think.
Okay. So it is Ball Lightning, Riptire, Cocoon, Last Rites, and Massive Shove. So on all sides of this, once again, nothing too far out of the ordinary. Rabid Penguin anchoring this bush. Anubrak saw him, so I think they have an idea that Divine 9 is trying to take this siege camp. They're going to start moving onto their own side. But level 13s are so close here for Divine 9. Do they want to invade? Looks like no. They're going to start heading up to the altars. Sonya trying to escort these pumpkins into the top side.
Take the altars.
Blue Pops are going to start a channel here.
Yeah, so who do you want to see? Anubrak, actually, he's about to fight here. He's actually looking for a little bit of harass on Phantoms. But Rabid Penguin does have the interrupt.
I think the Cocoon's got to go on, like, the Uther, maybe? I don't know. But Axel Foley falling very low. Didn't even use the Cocoon. Dead in the fight. That's the first kill and the first reset for Leeming. X-Ray coming down now. But there's a solo mosh pit. Last Right's going to connect and kill the Sonya. Another reset's here for Leeming because they just killed the Stukov. And falling there is Malthael. It's a triple kill for Jason and Divine 9. And they're going to take both the altars in this phase, Dengstrom.
Yeah, I think we didn't see that Cocoon used at all, an unfortunate falling early. I think, you know, while they want to try to survive using that Cocoon to reset a fight or lengthen that time period out is what they need to do if they want to continue to see some success on the side of Turbo.
And first structure of the game is down. That bottom side is sitting on a thread. Divine 9 smartly holding it, and here they go onto a boss. It's going to be another 4 shots for them. And they have a level, almost 2-level lead right now, and they're going to have an 8-point lead on the core. Smartly done, though, here by Team Show, but they're going to take away that bottom bell tower.
Yeah, they're going to be a little awkward position. Divine 9 might be able to snipe out that bottom left bell tower. It has maybe, what, 100? It has 411 life left at this point. So Genji can go snipe that at any time right before any of these towers pop, and it's going to be a triple altar phase, so... You know, if I'm Divine 9, I want to take our bottom right tower back and snipe out the left.
Absolutely, we do see that it will be a triple next, and here's Cassia and the rest of Team Showboat in defense here on this bottom lane. It's a 5v5 setup here. Who's going to take the first stab at the other team? So far, Axel Foley is the one playing up front. He's got some spikes to stab with. We'll see if he wants to make the play, but he doesn't want to dive underneath these tower shots. The line of death, as they like to call it. And here are the altars, 15 seconds away, and it's likely going to be 3-3 on bell tower control here.
Yeah, 3-3. Interesting and more how they play on these top shrines as well.
Riptire killed quickly, and there's the Cocoon this time. It is onto Uther. Sonya is being targeted by Yanners and Axel Foley, but here comes Genji. Swift striking his way to a double kill and might make it 3 because Anubrak's here. There's a pick off by Jason, finding the Junkrat. This could end up being a quad kill. The only member that's going to live is Malthael up at the top. Genji can't quite interrupt him on the channel, so they do get 2 of the channels up top, but this could end up being 5 deaths as now Genji is in full pursuit on Blue Popsicle. Does he have a Swift Strike? Doesn't quite reach him. Malthael back to safety on a Pale Horse.
Yeah, it'll be interesting on how Divine 9 wants to leverage this advantage. They want to send Sonya get a top Merc camp. Do they just want to try to get the rest of the structures? And that kind of looks like what they were doing. Sonya's looking at pressuring out in mid-keep while the rest of Divine 9 gets the bottom right towers. And with that 16 advantage, I think Divine 9 can really start rolling the map and rolling the structures and just keeping control of that bottom and mid lane and look at end it here soon, frankly.
Yeah, it looks like Jadam's going to get started on the siege camp. The rest of the team is getting this wave pushed forward. They don't have to do much. They can just kind of like blow at this fort here and it's going to fall. So, and there it goes. They're going to have 3 pumpkin sappers now pushing towards this bottom lane, and the response is going to have to come out from Team Showboat. And here comes another battle, but this is going to favor Divine 9 with their level 16 talents.
Yeah, you had Divine shield up, even a Divine Mosh inside the kill zone, and just letting Jason and Phantoms do work over there. I mean, it's a game-winning proposition at least. You want to be super aggressive.
Riptire exploded before it exploded once again. Sappers are down, so no engagement here from Divine 9. They're trying to keep this zoning a bit because the altars are spawning both on the bottom side. They have 4 bell towers in their control, but they want to find a choke point for their ETC, and smartly by Team Showboat, they're going to march in from the top side and take a better position that doesn't favor that mosh pit. Here comes Axel Foley up front, ETC. Seeing some targets, might want to slide through, but so far gonna just wait for Uther to channel. Burrow away there by a Nubrak. Bottom cap was picked up by Genji, and there it is, Uther finishing the channel. Judge Brett found it. Now Divine 9, all they have to do is kind of back up as level 16s were gathered by Team Showboat, but they got what they wanted. 8 shots onto the core. Their enemies are now sitting at 6. ETC might be able to power slide this. There it is. It's a 3-man mosh pit. This is big damage coming through. X-Strike getting a kill. Reset number 1 for Liming. Make it 2. That's a double kill. Blue Popsicle could be next, and he will. That's a triple kill. Dude, Dextrom, what do you see right here on this map?
I just see Rapid Penguin just wrecking people on that ETC. Beautiful divine shield on that to make sure it stays alive. Jail them being a little bit too aggressive here. Wait for his team for a second. But yeah, they're gonna just roll this up. They got 30 seconds for top boss. They can get into the structure, get these top mercs. 4 shots in on the core off this boss. You know, it's I think Divine 9 is just in the driver's sheet. And just play the structure game. Play keep away on structures, and they win this game.
Here comes some of that keep away as they find a Nubrak getting a little buggy down here on the bottom, and they're gonna clear that up swiftly. Jason, Phantoms, and Rabid Penguin are now being joined by Judge Brett and Jadam. Here's a 5-man Divine 9 on the bot side, wanting to protect this bell tower as we see 2 more altars spawning in the exact same locations as the last spawn, and it's very close for Divine 9. If they can get one of these pumpkins across, they're only going to need to pick up one of the altars, and here go those pumpkins, all 3 cross the line. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted. There was still time before Divine Shield was up for Showboat to engage really early. Their ults were up. The Divine 9 has ults that are a lot longer. There's a Divine Shield just to say about the Uther. Rapid Penguin is down. They're getting, Jason's just cleaning up work. And,
resets.
Is dying.
Oh, triple kill for Jason, but he's going to fall there on that Riptire. Jadam is here, but look at Genji finishing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the upset is complete. Divine 9 bringing the first loss of the season to Team Showboat. Well played.
Yeah, I think Divine 9's just aggression, which I think is the kind of style that they embodied this whole season from my talking to that team. Paid off really well for them, just getting the aggressive picks, the kills, the nice play. It snowballed really well for them, especially that mid soak.
So let's take a look at the match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. And this one was all Mr. Jason. 7 kills, 42k hero damage, leading the way for his team. Definitely great assassin play tonight overall by Divine 9. Led in kills by a large margin in both games. What a showing from them. And let's take a look at the talents if you want to check the VOD out later on. Anyone checking this out on YouTube. Here are the talents. No level 20s were picked up for either team, so there's the level 16s for everyone. But Dengstrom, what a great set. Very happy to have you join me there for game number 2. I want to try to pull in Jason for an interview if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Love doing interviews with teams and hearing their thoughts on the game and how they played it. So how much the casters are wrong.
All right, looks like Rabid's going to be joining us. He played the tank. Let's head over to lobby 1. Oh, there we go. Hey, Rabid, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Welcome. What a great set. You guys pulled off the upset of the season so far, taking down Team Showboat. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. We came in knowing that, both of us were technically undefeated in terms of not dropping both sets throughout the season, and so feels good to keep that going.
Yeah, for me, I was expecting to see a much stronger Team Showboat, but you guys were the ones showboating on them tonight. all the kills in both games. Outstanding play from your Kerrigan in game number 1, and of course Jason and his patented Leeming that he started so well with this season and has continued throughout. Just outstanding there in game number 2 on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, we've got a really good team, and I think we've been kind of working on our synergy throughout the season.
So let me hear your opinion. You played ETC in both games. Where do you see this hero right now when there's other guys like Garrosh and Diablo being picked up so prevalently throughout the meta?
If you're asking for my personal opinion, ETC is the only real tank.
Good answer.
We can play Diablo. We don't play a whole lot of Garrosh, but we can bring him out too if we need to. But I don't know. You kind of got to find the heroes that work for your personal play style, and for me, that's ETC.
Absolutely. Dankstrom, you have any questions?
Oh, I got a few questions. So, what were comms like when you see Showboat show 4 people at bottom in match 2 and Malfield trying to do their double soak? What were comms like? What was the decision making like for your team?
We just decided to kind of turtle up, defend as we could, and then, get the advantage with the soak. Because, he can double soak, but we'll get camped, while he's doing that. We'll clear probably more minions overall and kind of get the advantage that way.
Yeah, and you can see Malfield was so scared to go down towards the mid to get any of the soak because Genji was there.
Yeah, Genji definitely threatens him pretty well.
Very well, yeah.
And with that, what do you guys think about that Kerrigan ban? Is it other teams catching on to things you guys go, or are you anticipating playing something else different that map anyways?
Well, like you said, we had a good game number 1, and Phantoms played a great game on Kerrigan, and I think that was just the respect ban coming through for that. I think it's not a one trick. There's certainly other stuff that we can play, but if we get a chance to play it, we'll do it.
And what's your guys' thought process going to playoffs now? Are there any sort of adjustments you guys want to make, or how are you approaching playoffs?
That's a good question. I think trying to go with the comps that we've kind of developed throughout the season, but also trying to incorporate some flexibility with that too, so that like you said, if we have a good game on one hero, we can still kind of play our thing, do what we need to do, but we can maybe use some other heroes to kind of get the same job done.
Absolutely. Well, tonight was an outstanding showing. You guys pick up the win, and if I take a look at the standings, that puts you guys now into 3rd place ahead of Subject to Change, although those standings are subject to change because there are plenty more matches to be played this week and into next week for Division B West. But how do you guys feel about playoffs and your position right now in the top, at least we'll say top 4 of this Division B West?
We're just going to try to keep playing our game. It seems to be working out well for us, and we'd love to play in the playoffs and see how those go as well. I think we have another match later this week, so hopefully that'll just kind of further go to change our rankings further up the ladder. Yeah,
absolutely. Today was a step in the right direction for you guys. Looking forward to great things for you in the playoffs. Before we let you go, though, Rabid, we want to give you an opportunity for some shout-outs. So, my friend, the floor is yours.
All right. Just shout-outs to the team. Just a great job across the board. Again, I think, we've been working a lot on our synergy and kind of finding a good combination of what works well for us. And I think everybody was just on their game tonight, and it definitely showed. So, shout-outs to the team. I think we drafted well, we played well, and we're just going to look to continue that going forward.
Well, once again, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rabid Penguin from Divine 9. Joining me this evening for game number 2 is Dankstrom. Dankstrom, let the stream know where they can find you, what you're up to.
I've taken a hiatus from casting for a bit. This is my first time in a while, so hopefully it wasn't too rough for you, Murda. They can always find me online on Twitter at DinkstromHots, and I will occasionally be streaming and hopefully getting back into casting soon. Get all my obs set up tonight and saw this. So thanks again for letting me pop in here and helping you co-cast. It's always fun to watch other teams, organized teams play excellently, like both Divine 9 and Showboat did tonight. Heck
yeah, really appreciate that, man. And definitely appreciate Rabid Penguin for stopping in. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you this evening. It was a 2-0 domination for Divine 9 over Team Showboat. We will be back, I believe, on Thursday. If you want to catch me casting, I think I'm doing one with Professor Bobo. I'll let you guys know. You'll figure it out. Follow me on Twitter at tmurda2003. Drop a follow on my Twitch if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm Murda. That was Dankstrom, and joining us for the interview is Rabid Penguin. We'll see you next time.